What's up guys, Duarte here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we are going to take a look at this video right here that Philosopher made on which character should you bring up, Night Nurse or Moondragon. And we are going to take a look at the footage of the video and see that some of his arguments are a little bit misleading, and that he had not into consideration that we would have a new character, Captain America Sam Wilson. He did a two weeks before a video about Captain America Sam Wilson, but on this comparison that he made between Night Nurse and Moondragon, he didn't mention any time about this, which is extremely relevant as Captain America Sam Wilson completely changes the skill characters and how do they work. Now, first, let's take a look at the video, then we have to talk about a few characters and which characters we have to take into consideration. Because we are taking a look at Doom Raid content, so you can use 5 skill characters and 5 characters that you must gear up to Isolate level 5. So, the least amount of characters that you use, the better. And this is already a problem with this video, because he uses 7 characters and this is not optimal. You definitely don't want to be in this situation, because this is whale stalking, and sometimes when you have the leverage of the money, you don't use all your neurons. And I'm not talking specifically about Philosopher. He usually has some good takes, not all of them, but some good takes, so I'm not criticizing him directly, but this is the truth. And this is exactly what happens in the video. He didn't take into consideration that Captain America Sam Wilson was already announced with mostly of his kit available for everyone to watch, and how drastic that kit would change the game for the skill characters. So first, we're taking a look at the characters that he is using right here. We have Red Guardian, we have Night Nurse, we have Kestrel, we have Moondragon, and we have Nick Fury. Right now we already have a problem, which is the extreme amount of skill gear, mini uniques that is necessary. Red Guardian requires 5, Nick Fury requires 5, Night Nurse requires 3, the same as Moondragon, and Kestrel, I don't remember if it's 2 or 3, but not so much. So these 2 characters alone use more mini uniques than the 3 characters in the middle. This is a huge problem, and to be honest, none of these 2 characters bring that extra benefit out of their gear. Usually I really focus on extremely good characters in order to get advantage out of their gear, and while Red Guardian is decent, is not that great, and the same goes for Nick Fury. He is decent, he has the minions and so on, but he's not that great. He has very low stats, and even with Kestrel he is still below average in terms of HP and so on. Now, so the gear is already a problem. Then Philosopher makes a comparison. He uses this team where we have Kestrel with self-healing, we have Nick Fury that does some healing as well, we have Red Guardian that does some healing as well, we have Night Nurse, she's a support character, but not only support character, she's a main healer, and this is a very important definition. And here we have Moondragon that also does healing abilities, but she's not a main healer. Very different. Moondragon, she's somewhat of a healer, but she's also a controller. She's healer, support, and controller. And it's very important to have these definitions, because we are comparing apples to oranges, and you cannot do that. We cannot compare Night Nurse to Moondragon, apples to apples, when it's apples to oranges, and of course you cannot compare into that situation. So, but use this team with 5 characters that can heal themselves in different ways, and of course, as you expect, everything went very well. We have everyone at max health with the buffs and everything, only the minions were a little bit low. And that's all fine and dandy, but when he went to the second node, he did something that I cannot understand. He removed 2 of the characters, especially the main healer, the Night Nurse, and he removed Nick Fury that provides the minions that serve as decoys and also provides slows and stuns and stealth. as an option of control against the enemies. And then he decided to use Moondragon as the main healer, so he cut off 40% of the sustain of the team, he cut all the decoys, and he used two very squishy characters, Baron Zemo and Taskmaster. Both of them have their qualities, but they are not optimal characters for raiding. Now Taskmaster, he'll become a lot better with Captain America Sam Wilson, but that's not the case with Baron Zemo. Baron Zemo while the value of Taskmaster goes up like this, the value of Baron Zemo goes up like this. So very minimal the value increase with him. And these two characters right now, they are extremely squishy, especially Baron Zemo. So of course, if you are removing two characters that have self-sustain and so on, you are putting a huge strain on Moondragon, that she's not supposed to be a healer. She's a mix of healer, support and controller. She's not a main healer like Night Nurse is. Night Nurse, all she does is healing and clearing negative effects. That's not the case of Moondragon. Moondragon applies negative effects to the enemies, she does some healing and she does some control effects. So I think this was a very poor comparison, and then of course in the node everything went wrong, and after he also got ability block here. This is based on luck, and the targets could be a little bit better, but it happens. He didn't have the cooldown also on Moondragon special, which would help a lot against the enemy Taskmaster. It's something that he did a mistake on the previous node, but mistakes were made, and it was a very unfair comparison. And when you put so many damage dealers or controllers, you might have to adjust your ISO weight in order to have the same results. If that's not the case, if you keep everything the same, you cannot expect things to go well. Then he compared everything using the same 7 characters, but this time with Night Nurse, and everything was fine. Once again, of course, because Night Nurse, she's a main healer and Moondragon is not. And you'll have to invest on Moondragon anyway, because she's part of the most important team for Arena. There is some argument that you can use Infinity Watch without Moondragon. At least I'm making that argument, and I'll make a video about it in the future. But right now, she's still a very important character, and that might be the way for many people to use that team. And as you can see, this team beats these enemies very fast, so it's unnecessary to have so much damage. You could have a little bit less damage, have more control, more support, more buffs, and do it on auto. And for me, I think it's a very unfair comparison, but either way. So which character should you use, Moondragon or Night Nurse? Maybe that's the wrong question that we are making. First, we are not going to use Red Guardian, we are going to use Captain America Sam Wilson. That will give HP to all the skill allies. Then, like Philosopher uses here, we are going to use Kestrel. So Red Guardian gone, Taskmaster and Baron Zemo gone, at least Baron Zemo gone for sure. So we have Captain America Sam Wilson, we have Kestrel, and then we need to use Night Nurse. And the reason why is that she's the only character that can clear negative effects, as far as I remember. And this is very important when you are facing several characters, as you just saw, like X-23, enemy Taskmasters, enemy Ebony Moss, and so on. We will face these enemies, so it will be required to use Night Nurse. So what happens to Moondragon? Should we not invest in her? No, of course not. Of course that we'll have to invest in Moondragon. She's part of the best Arena team. So what you'll have to do is to invest on Moondragon as well. So what do you do next? You kick out Nick Fury. Nick Fury is actually the most useless character here. He has trash stats. When he doesn't have the the buffs is not that great, if he's not able to share the buffs. We still have the minions, and the minions are okay, but I think that we need to take Nick Fury away because he doesn't do that much. Yes, he gives the buffs, but beyond the buffs, what else? We actually don't need his buffs, the offense up and so on, because we are getting that from other sources. We can get the speed up from Captain America Sam Wilson. Skill allies and Avenger allies will get speed up from Captain America Sam Wilson special, which is on a much better cooldown than Nick Fury 1. And we are also getting offense up from the new character that was just announced, Sharon Carter. And we are still getting the extra HP that Castle will get together with Nick Fury. So Nick Fury right now is completely unnecessary and is extremely expensive, requiring 5 sets of mini uniques that you can invest in these other characters that have way more utility. At least Captain America Sam Wilson alone will change everything. And taking a look once again at the team, Captain America Sam Wilson, Night Nurse, Kestrel, Moondragon, and Sharon Carter, or whatever is her name. This team will be extremely good. So I really recommend people to don't invest on Red Guardian, don't invest on Nick Fury more than you already did, because these two characters, once again, extremely expensive, and they're not that great, to be honest. And even that you lose a little bit of healing with Red Guardian compared to Captain America Sam Wilson, it's no problem because you'll have Moondragon and Night Nurse at the same time, and it will be fine because you are still investing a little bit on the Shadowland, which is a whale food team. It's a team designed to bait whales, but Night Nurse is also very decent for Dark Dimension 4, and eventually when you have Dark Dimension 5, I recommend that you use Night Nurse once again. And Moondragon will be an option for a very long time for Arena. She's also very good on Dark Dimension, as I mentioned before, and she is great. She will be great on these raids together with Kestrel and together with Sharon Carter. And that's it. And because once again of Captain America Sam Wilson guarantees speed up to skill characters and energy and turn meter and so on, Moondragon will be so much better compared to Nick Fury or Red Guardian. So sorry for criticizing Philosopher. It's not my intention like to call him out or anything. I just think that he didn't saw well into the future when he knew that this character was coming. And I think it's important to mention that you should not invest in these two characters, that the options are different, and that the best team for skill will be, once again, Captain America Sam Wilson, Night Nurse, Moondragon, Kestrel, and Sharon Carter. So yeah guys, that's gonna be the video. I hope you guys enjoy it. This, in my opinion, will be the 5 best skill characters that you should invest level 5 ISO 8 on, and to jump ahead and completely annihilate the Doom raids. I think you'll be doing just amazing, and like this you will save a lot of resources for future characters. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. Smash that like button like a boss. Once again, if you found the video helpful or the information relevant, share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and I will catch you guys later.